Okay, good morning all. I think madam is absent today, so I'll be taking this lecture. So we will wait for 2 to 3 minutes and then we will start. Okay. Okay. Good morning all. So I think today madam is absent, so I'll be taking this lecture. So we will study mobile application development. And previous lecture we have discussed certain things related to Android Studio, where I have discussed related to text view. I have discussed related to actually how Android Studio you can use, how you can install the Android Studio. Then I have discussed how you can make your first application, that is Hello World. Okay, so directly I will go to that particular PDF where just I will tell you how you can make your first application. Okay, then we can move forward to the next topic. Okay, so let me present my screen. Yes. So the first step, if my screen is visible, right, the beginning of your Hello World application, that is first step, is to create a simple Android application using the Android Studio. Okay, so before we start, you can say first of your practical, what we will do is we will just I think I have already uh, told you in a lab session also that before we start our first practical, first you need to understand the basic concept of Android Studio platform. Okay, how Android Studio work, how you can use the different functionalities of Android Studio, how you can actually run the emulator, or you can say Android virtual device. What are the basic concept? I'm assuming that you should know the basic concept of Java language. Okay, then and then we can actually go forward, otherwise again it will be very difficult. Next actually is how you can actually 1 minute. Okay, so how you can actually use the Android Studio and how you can actually install the Android Studio. Okay, so that we have discussed in lab session. Also, I have already discussed certain things related to Android Studio, where we have explored the platform of Android, where I have explained how you can actually use the palette, how you can drag and drop radio button, checkbox, or everything, text view, right? Same way, how you can connect your design part as well as your coding part. In a design part, you need to use your XML file, okay, and for a coding part, you need to go for a Java file, okay, and for that you need to connect to run your application. You need to connect your design part and your Java part, okay. So that we have discussed. So before we start, just I will give you the basic things how you can use the Android Studio to launch your first application. So first, what you need to do is you need to start your Android Studio. Okay, you'll either have your shortcut in your Windows Start menu, or you can have your shortcut at your on your desktop. Okay, when you start your Android Studio, it may tell you that there is a update available for Android Studio. If you want to download it, the updates, it's fine. If you if you don't want to download, then just turn off your internet and you can use the actually Android Studio. Okay, so it depends. Okay, every time Android Studio or Google will give you the latest update of Android Studio. So might be possible if your internet connectivity is unable and you are using the Android Studio, it might give you the certain notification that Android Studio update is available. So it depends that whether you want to actually install the Android Studio updates or not. But I recommend that for our practical, it is not required. When first time when you install the Android Studio, the latest version will be already installed, and later part it is not required for our application. Okay, what we are doing in a particular syllabus. So I recommend that you when you install the Android Studio, just check whether your emulator is running. Just check whether SDK, that is software developer kit, is properly installed. uh, Third thing, you need to check whether your VTX, virtual technology, is working. Virtual technology means it enables your virtual device, that is Android virtual device, to actually launch and run the application. If your VTX is not enabled in your computer or laptop, your Android virtual device will not work. Okay, and for that, to enable the VTX, that is virtual technology X, you need to go for BIOS, that is basic input output system, BIOS, uh, from your computer, and you need to enable from there. Okay, now creating your first Android Studio application, just go to the start, just click onto the start new Android project. Okay, you don't need to select open existing project, import Android Studio sample. Okay, just click onto the start Android Studio project. Then you need to fill the certain name, package name, application name, project location. Okay, okay, so so what you need to do, you need to write down application name. You can write the company domain also. This is just for if you are working professionally, or you are working in any some companies, then you can write down the actual domain. Otherwise, you can write down any domain. Or if uh, it is not compulsory that you write down only, okay, company domain. Same way, write down the project, check the project location where you want to save this application. Okay, then you click on to the next option. When you click on to the next, uh, it will tell you minimum SDK is required. Okay, SDK means software developer kit. Okay, so here, uh, if you select the lowest API level, Okay, then your application can run on more devices. So suppose if I'm selecting, if you can check the uh, screenshot, is screenshot is visible or should I zoom it? Is screenshot is visible, right? Whatever I'm teaching. So if you can check minimum SDK. So here I have selected API level 17. That is stands for Android version 4.2 and the name of a version is Jelly Bean. So if I select Jelly Bean, then I can my application can be supported or can run or more number of device. So if I'm targeting API level set 17 means my application will run on most of the devices, because if I'm targeting Jelly Bean, then naturally uh, it will also work in a latest version also. HIJK then means K L M, okay, marshmallow or lollipop, okay, Kit Kat, okay. If I'm still selecting Jelly Bean application, sorry, Jelly Bean operating mobile operating system Android version, then it will also used by it can be also run in a other also, okay. But if I'm selecting suppose Android 10 or Android Pie, my application will only target Android Pie, that is Android API level 27 and Android version 9.0. So if I'm selecting that, then the previous version will not be uh, compatible with my application. ઓકે. સો સપોઝ હું જ્યારે એપ્લિકેશન બનાવું છું અને હું એવું લખું છું કે એ માય મિનિમમ એસડીકે રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ ઇન માય મોબાઈલ or users mobile should be API level 27. 27 stands for Android 9, right? Android 9, sorry, Android Pie. ઓકે, હવે Android Pie ને હું સિલેક્ટ કરું એટલે શું થાય, જે મોબાઈલમાં KitKat હોય ઓપરેટિંગ સિસ્ટમ, માર્શમેલો હોય, નોગટ હોય, ઓકે, ઓરિયો હોય, બરાબર, એ કોઈ પણ ડિવાઇસમાં મારી એપ્લિકેશન કમ્પેટિબલ નથી, બરાબર, મારી એપ્લિકેશન યુઝ નહીં થઈ શકે. Because already when I am developing my application, I have stated as a developer that if you want to run my application, you should have in your mobile minimum version or API level is 27 and version would be 9.0 and Android version name would be Pi. Okay, so whenever you actually start your application or develop your application, make sure that you target the lowest number of API so that you can run your application on most of the Android device. Okay, તો અહીંયા જો લખ્યું છે lowest API level target more devices but have fewer features available. By targeting API level 17 or more, your app will run on approximately 61% of device. Okay, so lower the API level you are targeting as a developer, more chances or more number of Android user will use your application. Your application outreach will be more, will be larger. Okay, next is let me again unzoom it. Now after stating of certain, you can say, factors where your app will run on, now next is you need to create an activity. Okay, so here you have to select the activity template for your application. Okay, so there are lots of activities available. When you select, there is a blank activity with fragment, full screen activity, Google Ad Mob ad activity, then map activity, then actually there is a blank activity. Okay, so here what you need to do is you need to select right now a blank activity. Okay, so just select the blank activity and click on to the next. Okay, now new, after selecting a blank activity, it will tell you what will be your activity name. Okay, what will be your activity name? So what you need to do is you need to write down the activity name. Suppose if your activity name is login, your activity name is something related to you can say shopping, so you can write your activity name. Okay, then click onto the finish. After clicking onto the finish button, your you are presented with the project and all files as shown below. Okay, see, this is some is actually a lower actually what I have. I think this Android Studio, which screenshot I am showing you, it is not a latest screenshot. Okay, every time Android Studio is giving the update regarding user interface, regarding coding part, regarding some of the library and functions, regarding some of the software developer kit. Okay, whenever google is whenever Google is actually launching any kind of Android version. Okay, right now I think Android 10 is running, right, latest version. Okay, they also need to they also need to update their library, their functions in an Android Studio platform also. Okay, so whatever the screenshot I am showing you, it is not latest, but might be somewhat actually the user interface or something related to library functions might get changed or it has been updated. ઓકે, તો આઈ થિંક એક ડાઉટ રહેશે તમારા મનમાં કે સર તમે દેખાડો એમાં તો આવું હતું, જો આ મારામાં તો આવું દેખાય છે. એટલે હું જે સ્ક્રીનશોટ દેખાડું છું, ધીસ ઇઝ જસ્ટ ફોર યોર રેફરન્સ, કે ધીસ ઇઝ હાઉ ઇટ લુક્સ લાઈક, ધીસ ઇઝ હાઉ યુ નીડ ટુ ડુ ઇટ. ઓકે, બટ ઇટ ઇઝ નોટ લાઈક ધેટ કે આવું નવું તમારામાં પણ દેખાય. કેમ કે જ્યારે તમે એન્ડ્રોઈડ સ્ટુડિયો ડાઉનલોડ કરશો, it will be a latest Android Studio and somehow certain functionality. See, the basic things remains the same, but user interface છે, થોડીક ફંક્શનાલિટી છે, એ ચેન્જ થઈ જશે. જો અહીંયા મારે ડિઝાઇન અને ટેક્સ્ટ છે નીચે આવે છે, if you can check design and text part. Okay, પણ તમે જ્યારે when you install, might be possible according to latest version you will get somewhere, I think top of the corner or somewhere. Okay, so that you need to explore it, something you need to explore it. Okay, this will not be a spoon feeding. હું તમને બધું મટીરિયલ આપીશ, હું તમને શીખવાડી દઈશ, but when you being in a sixth semester, I also expect that you also need to explore certain things. Okay, okay, so don't think like that કે સર બધો પ્રેક્ટિકલ આપી દેશે, સર બધું આપી દેશે, આપણે તો ખાલી છે ને સરને પાછું આપવાનું લખીને, એવું નથી. This is a practical subject and you need to actually explore these things. Okay, if you have any doubt, we will solve it together in a lab session, but don't think that I will join in a lab part in as in a mobile and it will be actually to take the attendance and sir will not say anything. I will tell you how to do it. I will explain you everything with the screenshot, with the explanation, with the coding. But if you'll not apply or implement, then again it will be, I think, difficult for you to get the knowledge of practical base. Okay, so make sure you actually check this. Okay, so when you finish and your project will be presented like this. Okay, on the left hand side this is a project, pen, palette. Palette describes its layouts, which gets which you can drag and drop, like. Okay, right hand side it will display the properties. Okay, so this is just a coding part. Now how you can set up the hardware device? So there is an Android virtual device. Okay, so there are two things. First one is you can use your mobile as well. Okay, so if you want to use the mobile, then what you can do is I have already told you in previous lecture, just click onto the about phone. In about phone you go to the build number, and in a build number you click 7 times build number. Automatically your developer option will be available or enable, and that developer option you need to start the USB debugging mode. Okay, see, please check. I hope that you have seen this PDF. I have already uploaded this PDF. Please check. Okay, I think now, right now, I think USB driver is not actually you need to install for a latest version. But before that, when you want to use your mobile for developing, you need to install some of the USB drivers for your device on your Windows computer. Okay, so suppose if you are using Samsung, then Samsung is giving the Android, you can say ADB drivers. Okay, so you need to check if it is required any of the drivers. You need to install from the actually Android only. Let me tell you what is ADB drivers. Just I will go to ADB Google ADB ADB driver. Okay, just when you click onto the ADB, see this is the ADB drivers will and ADB means Android will give you Sony, Nokia, Universal Android ADB drivers. Okay, same way when you go to developer.android.com, it will give you get a Google USB driver. See, this is your get a Google USB driver. So actually Google USB driver is required for Windows if you want to perform the debugging with Google device, and window driver for all other device provided by the respective manufacturer. Okay, so please check this. Okay, suppose if I'm installing, so see, for Windows 10 what you required, how you can use, for Windows 8, for Windows 7. Okay, everything is there. Same way, uh, whatever the installation for drivers is required, it is actually given in Android sites also. Acer, Dell, Fujitsu, Sharp, okay, Xiaomi, Toshiba, Lenovo phone drivers. Okay, so you need to actually use this. Okay, whenever you are using the mobile device or if you are using any other operating system. So that also I think so main thing here is whenever you are actually using the Android Studio or installing the Android Studio, you need to keep in mind lots of things: your configuration, your specification, your drivers, everything, right? Now after starting actually Android Studio, automatically Hello World will be available. So what you need to do is you need to go to the run button and just click onto the run button. Okay, okay, so when uh, it is completed, this will be your Hello World, like this. Okay, I think some of the students has to actually shown me the Hello World practical also. I don't know who has shown it, but I think both the lab, one student has shown Hello World, right? So it is very easy. Okay, so once your APK is installed, actually what is APK? APK means it is a one kind of file for installing the Android application. Okay, there is a .exe setup file, then there is a other for actually installing any kind of software. So for Android Studio it is .apk file. Okay, any doubt up to this? Now what is Android, what is APK? Can you tell me, anybody? APK, anybody please? What is APK? Can you tell me, anybody? I'm actually waiting for some of your answers. Yes, what is APK? Please write down your answers in a chat box. I think I have discussed enough things. Now I should take your call also. You are understanding or not? Please. What is APK? Okay, APK is a package file format. Android app package. Okay, extension. Okay, yes. APK is a package file format used by the Android operating system. Okay. Yes. Okay. Android packages. Good. Yes. So actually, I think many of you have searched in a Google. So it is one kind of Android package that is used. It is one kind of file format, you can say. Okay, for Android operating system. Okay, and if you want to elaborate this, so it is actually used whenever you need to have a full package of Android application. Okay, so if you have your Android device, then you can say just like exe file on Windows. Okay, same way you can place a APK file on your Android device to install a app. Okay, so normally when you visit a Google Play Store for download application, or whenever you are using or installing any application like for Android application, it download and install the APK for you. It will not give you all the files of particular application. It will only download the APK for you. And what you can do is you can extract the APK from Play Store, download the APK, okay, and then you can use the application. Okay. So actually APKs are, you can say, one kind of format that Android uses to distribute and install the app. ઓકે એપીકે શું છે એક ફોર્મેટ છે એન્ડ્રોઈડ નું જેની માટે એન્ડ્રોઈડ યુઝ કરે છે એ ફોર્મેટ નું ટુ ડિસ્ટ્રીબ્યુટ ઓર to install any kind of application, and there are, you can say, lots of Android user. Okay, if you check the ratio of Android users, 80 to 20, 80% are using the Android mobile operating system in their device, and rest of the 20% are from different mobile operating systems, say BlackBerry, say Windows, say you can say Symbian or iOS. Okay, and here you need to actually, whenever you are using any kind of Android installation, you must be careful that uh, it should be safe for your device. Okay, there are lots of APKs available. Okay, instead of Play Store, you are actually also, it is available in a website also, and it might be possible. So when you click onto that particular APK, it might give you some you can say useful information, but at the backend side it might steal your data. It might actually acquire a certain permission, whether to give whether to access the camera, whether to access your contact, whether to access your files and folders and gallery and everything. Okay, so you need to be careful whenever you are actually installing any kind of Android application in the form of APK file. Okay. Okay, so this is your hello world. Any doubt on this? Please tell. Still we have 30 minutes. Let me check. Yes. Any doubt on this? Okay. So next is, okay, can you tell me the difference? Okay, can you tell me why you are, whenever Android is launching any kind of mobile operating system Android version, why you are updating yourself? Or what is the difference between, you can say, suppose Nougat and Oreo? What is the difference between Marshmallow or Kit Kat? Is there any difference? Can you tell me? માર્શમેલોમાં એમ જ હોય ને, અને કિટકેટ તમે વાપરો તો પણ ઈ જ છે. પણ આપણે શું કામ લેટેસ્ટ ઓપરેટિંગ સિસ્ટમ ડાઉનલોડ કરીને યુઝ કરીએ છીએ, ઓર યુ આર એકચ્યુઅલી પરચેસિંગ અ લેટેસ્ટ ફોન or latest Android version mobile operating system from the market? Why? Is there any difference on that part? Please tell. Security patch. Okay. Any other? Why you are using the latest version of Android mobile operating system? Suppose Android Pie, Oreo, Nougat. Why still you are not using the KitKat? Why still you are not using the Marshmallow? Why you have a latest operating system in your mobile? Can you tell me? Yes, bugs are fixed. Okay. Fix some bugs, advanced feature. Okay, bugs તો આપણે suppose હું એમને તમને કહું, if I say that I am using the Nougat, so whenever there are updates are available, suppose I'm using Android 8.0 and now update are available for Android 8.0, then it will be a to Android 8.0.1. Means your updates you need to install for enhancing the feature, for fixing the bugs. Is there any other difference? ઓકે, હું ખાલી બગ્સ ની વાત નથી કરતો. એ તો બગ્સ હોય તો શું થાય કે ભાઈ આપણે ગૂગલ ની એક કમ્યુનિટી છે, એન્ડ્રોઈડ community is there, or Google community is there, where like me, like you, every user every time post a certain things related to Android operating system. Okay, there are certain bugs, these are the certain security patch you need to fix, and after suggestion, after discussion with the Android community, Google is actually giving the updates on that part. Okay, so but why they are actually launching whole new other version? Is there any difference? Bugs can be fixed by giving the updates on a mobile version itself, right? હું નોગટ વાપરતો હોય ઓપરેટિંગ સિસ્ટમ, તો કોઈ ફીચર એનહાન્સ કરવા હોય, કોઈ બગ્સ ફિક્સ કરવી હોય, કોઈ સિક્યોરિટી પેચ ફિક્સ કરવા હોય, તો એન્ડ્રોઈડ શું કરી શકે, ગૂગલ શું કરી શકે કે એનું અપડેટ વર્ઝન આપે મને અને નોટિફાઈ કરી દે મને. Every user who is using the Nougat operating system, mobile operating system, they will be notified by the Google that updates are available, and when you click on to that particular updates, it will tell you what's new in this updates, enhance the feature, fixing the bug, everything. So what you need to do is just install that particular thing, right? Okay, performance improvement like API, also better usage of resources, right? Okay, that is one point, better usage of resources. Okay, yes, right. Okay, any other? Any other, please? See, we actually complete your first chapter. Okay, this is of your first chapter, what I'm discussing. Okay, in exploring the Android Studio, exploring the different version, everything. UI upgrade, yes. User info interface is updated. Yeah, right. Okay. Any other? There is lot difference between when you check a latest version of mobile operating system of Android and previous version. Okay, so previous version might be possible you don't have a torch. અત્યારે ટોર્ચ આવી ગઈ છે, જો ચેક કરો ફીચરમાં. પછી પ્રીવિયસ વર્ઝનમાં ચેક કરજો. I'm not talking about Nougat, I'm talking about KitKat, Lollipop, Marshmallow. You don't find a hotspot right now. You find a hotspot inbuilt in your Android feature, right? Same way, you don't find a QR code. Okay, same way you don't find a certain do not disturb button. You don't find a certain, you can say, secure folder, dark mode. Okay, so there are lots of features when you actually use the actually. Sir, should we download beta update? Beta, that is the latest. Is it latest? It is, I think, Android 11, right? I don't know, but it is Android 11 latest is, but still it is not been named. Yes, but see, I recommend that whenever Android gives you the commercial version, then and then you use the that version, because if you use the beta version, it only update, or you can say it is only launch for the, you can say, experimental. Okay, so I actually, whenever Android launches, I think right now Android is planning to launch Android 11. Okay, and I think the, the name would be given, I think right now every Android version has been named by the desert names. Okay, Kit Kat, Lollipop, Marshmallow, so it is a desert name. Okay, but might be possible Android 11 will have a certain, you can say, red velvet kind name. Okay, okay, but might be, I'm not sure, but might be. So latest version is Android 11, and whenever Android beta, I think if you want to download the beta version, if you want to do any kind of experimental things, then it is, you can use it. Okay, but you need to enroll yourself, right? If you want to use the Android uh, beta, you need to enroll. Okay, and then all the devices, I think that is opted for a latest version of Android, then you may download the full, you can say, Android version, but it will wipe your first wipe your device. You need to check that also. If your data is very much important to you, then you need to check, you need to take a backup. Yes, Google Pixel phone, yes, every time. Yeah, Google will only give you the beta version. First you need to enroll in a beta program, Android beta program. Google is actually working on that particular program, Android beta program. All the device needs to enroll, those who are opting for a beta version, and then uh, they can use. Okay, okay, anything. But I actually recommend that if still, if you want to opt for beta version, but is only for actually, you can say, uh, for developer beta test. Okay, and it is for only collecting a certain suggestion and feedback from the user. Okay, everyday user. Okay, so suppose Dhruv is opting for beta version, then they will collect a certain feedback from the Dhruv, that whether this app with whether this version is good, whether is it is officially can be can this version can be officially launched commercially or not. Okay, but in early phases, you can say this software, whatever the beta version you are using, it is still in development phase. Okay, you might face certain issues. You might want to actually you need to give the certain timely update to the developer. Okay, so that is the thing. And currently I think Android 11 is Android 11 public beta version is available if you check for Pixel phones. Some, yes, Pixel phones. Yes, Pixel 3, Pixel 4 and XL, I think. Pixel 4 XL. And same way if you are using the Xiaomi, okay? Xiaomi phone use करता हो तो I think Mi 10 is been given the beta version. Okay, so you can opt for a beta version, it depends. But if you have a Pixel phone and if you have a uh, Xiaomi Mi 10, okay, I'm not using any Xiaomi phone, but I can confirm that Xiaomi 10 and Pixel phone has a beta version. Okay. Okay. Any doubt on this? Please tell me. I think Tarir, I want to start a new topic, but now there are 10 minutes left, so we will actually be um, doing it the last lab. Sorry, last lecture. Okay. Any doubt? Please feel free to tell me. Okay, everybody, write down at least one feature of Android Studio. One feature of Android Studio. Please, everybody has to write down one feature of Android Studio. Okay, easy to make layout or design. Okay, good. Okay, please write down everybody. Fast emulator. Okay, the emulator speed depends on your computer RAM. So if you have a 2 GB of RAM, might be possible your emulator is too slow to work. Okay, please write down. There are 44 students and I'm not getting any enough response. Okay. Okay, version compatibility, instant app run, testing tools and framework, right? Error handling, yes. Easy testing facilities, okay. Layout editor, okay. Layout inspector and monitor, motion editor, okay. Gradle based build support, yes, okay. Fast emulator, okay. Still, I have only 10 students who is actually responding. The rest of the students, what they are doing, I don't know. So, still, see, we are only off 2 weeks, right? So I will check who is actually interested or involved in a lecture. Rest what they are doing, I don't know, but I will actually check. Okay. Okay, so everybody, please write down your enrollment number in a chat box. I will be not taking the attendance, but please write down the uh, enrollment number in a chat box. And in the last lecture, I will be taking the attendance. Please write down the enrollment number. Okay, any doubt, please? Any doubt? Okay, so we are concluding this session, and I think I'm having one more session in your class at the last, so that will be surely joining. Okay, thank you.